They paid £985 and 10 shillings for the property. Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. Now for today, we're going to be taking a tour of Euro Circle, which is the largest open area in Kingston. We're just taking a look at the 50-acre property, and I'll be giving you a few tidbits, some information you may not have known before. So I do hope you enjoy this video as we explore not just the regular areas in which you'd see where the monuments are to the national heroes, but there are a few other monuments in and around the Euro Circle area. And as I said, I'll be dropping off some information from time to time during the video that I've gotten from the National Heritage Trust. But I do hope you enjoy this video. Alright, remember to please share, like, and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. So folks, I'm taking a walk towards the Almontown community, which would be in the easterly direction if you stand up in the center of Heroes Park. So there is a particular bus that's at the Ministry of Labour's building that I want to go and take a look at and see what information we can get about that bus. I've never stopped to really get any information on it, so we're going to do that today. Now, as you can see, on the outside and the outskirts of the park, they tend to have some benches that you'll find many community members in the evenings. They'll come and they sit down, people from Almontown and other surrounding areas, because it goes right around the park. So you'll find, in the evenings you'll see persons here relaxing, chatting, having conversations and so on. So here we are at 14 National Hero Circle. This is the Ministry of Labour and Social Security building. But the interesting thing we came over here for is to look at this bus. Now, this gentleman is the Honourable Lyndon Gladstone LG Newland CD, born 1914, died 1995. He was the Minister of Labour and National Insurance 1962 to 1972 and founder of the National Insurance Scheme in 1964. Now this bus was unveiled by Prime Minister the Honourable Andrew Holness and Colonel Charles Jr., MP, Minister of Labour and Social Security. The sculptor is Mrs. Pam Dwyer, and it was commissioned by the Honourable Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. This is a part of the Jamaica Legacy Project. So, this is the gentleman that I said I've driven past this here on many occasions. Had no idea who this bus was since it was put up. So I just wanted to get that information. So that's some very interesting information.
A young gifted, lane side, at the board freestyle out of your circle. I chase, and we are chase with dreams, big dreams. You see, pray. Yeah, man. And when I say we are chase with dreams, I mean we are chase with dreams, right? And you get the youth them in the street, just living with themselves and can make it. Chase me and chase my dreams. And me dogs them out and we clean. Struggle did the right and we know the pain. And we hold it and we know about the hardest days. Life for go change and we touch on the plane. Many days and I never die, I know me go shine. And I know me outside, just money for my mind. Just for the dollar sign. You know me have to do it like wow. Know me have to do it like wow. I'm there in the street right now. And me have to make money and no joke. And the youth in the street want better, no joke.
So viewers and subscribers, you were just treated to a wicked freestyle by Mr. Barrett. Ran into him by accident here while doing my vlog. Very talented young man. Please check out his music, see if you can find him on social media. But importantly, behind us there's this portrait that's on a wall in the adjoining community of Almontown. It's of the Venezuelan Simon Bolivar. We're going to take a walk over to this statue, which is just a few meters from where I am, You would have known about the connection between Venezuela and Jamaica because of Bolivar. He would have lived in Jamaica for some time. I would have written some famous letters. So let's take a walk across to take a look at his statue that's adjacent to the Ministry of Education. Yes, I'm gonna add it to my vlog. So yes, viewers and subscribers, here, as you can see, Simon Bolivar. So yes, viewers and subscribers, now we're at the statue of Simon Bolivar. As it says, liberator of 6 republics: Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, and Panama. It says, gift of the people and the government of Venezuela to the people and government of Jamaica. So this is one of the many monuments you would notice in and around Hero Circle and on the outskirts. As you can see, Simon Bolivar is looking on towards Heroes Park. So let us see what else we can find in our exploration today. So this is the main entrance to the park as we make our way up to where all the monuments are to our national heroes. We're going to just take a quick look at these monuments to our heroes, and then there are a few other surprises that I'll show you around the park. Remember that this is a 50-acre property. As I said earlier, it's the biggest open area in the Kingston area. You know, Kingston is an urban landscape. Everywhere is mainly built up. So this is one of the few areas you'll find so much land without any actual buildings. As you enter the park, there is a map that basically points out where all of our national heroes are located in the park. So basically, if you're here just to see one or two particular individuals, you can easily find that area. And here's some information on the park. The National Heroes Park is situated on lands formerly known as Kingston Racecourse. The Lord Mayor and City Council of Kingston purchased the land in 1808. It was the center for horse racing between 1816, when the first race was held, and 1953, when the sport was transferred to Knutsford Park. Other sporting activities popular to the site included cycle racing and football. The park was the site of Emancipation celebration on August 1, 1838, to mark the end of apprenticeship. Queen Victoria's Golden and Diamond Jubilees were also held at the park in 1887 and 1897 respectively. In 1953, the park was renamed the George VI Memorial Park in honor of King George VI, and the War Memorial to honor those who died in both World Wars was subsequently relocated to this site. After Jamaica's independence in 1962, the government decided to create a permanent place of honor to our national heroes. The park was renamed National Heroes Park, and moments. Alright, let me go up again. The park was renamed National Heroes Park, and monuments were erected in honor of our 7 national heroes in an area known as the Shrine. Adjoining the Shrine area to the north is a section reserved for the interment of former prime ministers and other individuals who have contributed to the political, educational, and social development of our country. So here we find the monument to the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante, and I think also buried right with him would have been the Most Honorable Lady Bustamante. So both of them are buried in this location. There are monuments to the Right Excellent George William Gordon, which you know Garden House, which our parliament is famously named after Sir the Right Excellent George William Gordon and the Right Excellent Paul Bogle, who you remember being famous from St. Thomas. Let us just take a look at these monuments. As you can see, the monument is basically two hands. And here is the bust of Right Excellent George William Gordon. And right across from him, this would be the bust of Paul Bogle. And here now we find the monument to the Right Excellent Sam Sharp, who died on May 23, 1832. Otherwise known as Deacon Sharp. I'm not going to necessarily emphasize too much on the national heroes in terms of going into too much detail, because there's a lot of information that we can find. I'm just basically just perusing the era, because what I really want to emphasize more is those other monuments that are less spoken about, that are in and around the park, and give you some other information that we don't necessarily focus on. So please forgive me if you wanted me to go into a bit more detail, but this is kind of intentional, why I'm not too focused too much detail on the heroes. As I'm saying, I'm just perusing the area, showing you what the images do. Let's take a look at what the park looks like, because there's so much information that you can find on the net about, and trust me, it would take almost an entire day to go through all of this. But I just thought it important to take a look at those other monuments and the information that we don't necessarily talk about on a regular day-to-day basis. Over here now we find the monument to the Right Excellent Norman Manley. And on the monument, the Right Excellent Norman Washington Manley, born July 4, 1893 to September 2, 1969, national hero. So we make our way to the eastern section of the park, where we'll take a look at our final two national heroes. Down here you'll find Marcus Garvey and Nani of the Maroons. So here is where we find the monument to the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who was Jamaica's first national hero. So his monument is a star, and as you can see the bust of Marcus Garvey there. It says Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Jamaica's first national hero, 1887 to 1940. Yes, so that's the great one, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And here is the monument to the Right Excellent Nani of the Maroons. I'll actually read the inscription that's here. Nani was leader of the Maroons at the beginning of the 18th century. She was an outstanding military leader, skilled in guerrilla warfare practiced by the Eastern Maroons to confuse the British. Said to have had supernatural powers, Nani was an important figure in the fierce fight with the British during the First Maroon War in 1720 to 1739. She led with courage and inspired her warriors to maintain that special spirit of freedom and independence. This monument, designed by Compass Workshop Limited, was dedicated on October the 14th, 1999. The abeng, the sound of which was critical to modern tactics, forms an integral part of the monument. The vertical structures symbolize Nani, surrounded by our guerrilla warriors. Nani was declared national hero in 1975. So, as many would know, or if you don't know, the abeng would be that figure right in the center there, and it reflects a horn, and that is what the Maroons would use to basically send signals right around to their fellow Maroons throughout the countryside, whether in Portland or in St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, St. James, all over the island. Yes, that's how the Maroons communicated, by using the abeng. So viewers and subscribers, this monument is in memory of the men of Jamaica who fell in the Great War. That would be World War I and World War II. So this is dedicated to the soldiers who left Jamaica and would have participated in the world wars at that time. There's also one very important other tidbit that I'll drop later on in the video, to tell you if you can basically guess how much it costs, how much the mayor had paid for this 50-acre property at the time. I'll drop that information in a bit later in the video. So now we're at that section where the former prime ministers have been laid, who are not national heroes, and also those cultural icons that we've had. So this monument is to Sir Donald Burns Sangster, who was Jamaica's second prime minister. Now over here is the famous Michael Manley. And over here we'll find the monument to the most honorable Hugh Lawson Shearer. Yes, this is the most honorable Edward Philip George Seaga, former prime minister. Was born May 28, 1930 and died May 28, 2019. Wow, such irony. Died on his birthday. Over here now, you'll see a few other tombs. This one is Mass Ron, Randolph Samuel Williams. That's the Randy Williams Entertainment Center, if that name sounds familiar. This is to Aggie, Mrs. Agnes McLaughlin, otherwise called Aggie Bernard. Over here, Dennis Emmanuel Brown, Dennis Brown, as you know, properly known as. And this is the Honorable Frederick Toots Hibbert OJ of reggae fame. This one is the tomb of my favorite cultural icon, the Honorable Louis Bennett Coverley. You know, remember when I was young, I remember on Saturdays we used to watch our programming on television. Yes, here lies the great icon. Here we see Pastor Bishop Malika Reynolds OD. Herb McKinley, our famous Olympian. And this is to Kenneth George Hill. It says Patriot. And here lies former Governor General Sir Howard Cook. So now for the answer as to how much the mayor at the time had paid for this property. So according to the National Heritage Trust site, it says that at the time they paid £985 and 10 shillings for the property. Yes, £985 and 10 shillings. So folks, we're now at one of the lesser, sometimes not even spoken about monument that's here at Heroes Circle. This monument is dedicated to the victims of the Eventide home fire, and it says, may their souls rest in peace. Yes, this is a triangular object, and over here we would see an additional section of the monument, which I think is in the shape of a cross. Someone there hanging out, you know, taking a nap with his dog. Yes, that whole Eventide thing, it deserves a video on its own to talk about what happened back then. It says, in the year of our Lord 1980, Tuesday, May 20, 144 men and women perished in the Eventide fire and were buried in a mass burial on Monday, May 26, 1980. That's 144 Jamaicans that died. I think that you would see these circles, if I'm not mistaken, there is 144 of them as part of the monument. So yes, people, this was one of those very sad days in our country's history, and we do a disservice when we don't remember these victims. Over there is a slide, a play area for children, mainly used by community members most of the time. Now we're going to make our way to the final bus that I'll show you. That's located to the western side of the park. So here we are at the final monument that we look at today. To the people of Jamaica, this monument is given by the people of Cuba in perpetual testimony of gratitude for the fraternal hospitality afforded its profoundly native hero, Antonio Masio. So let me see if I can find some information about Antonio. Quickly just bring it up on my phone and give it to you. So here are some information on Antonio Masio, folks. So it's Lieutenant General Jose Antonio de la Caridad Masio Grajijas, born June 14, 1845 to December 7, 1896, was a Cuban general, second in command of the Cuban Army of Independence. Fellow Cubans gave Masio the nickname Bronze Titan, nickname that he earned after being wounded several times in battle. Spaniards referred to Masio as the Great Lion. Masio was one of the most noteworthy leaders in the 19th century Latin America, comparable to Antonio Perez of Venezuela in military acumen. So that's some brief information on Mr. Masio and his connection. He, just like many others, Simon Bolivar, would have been in Jamaica at some point. So this just shows you the importance of Jamaica, especially to this in terms of our region, the Central, South American, Caribbean region, and the importance that our country pays. There are times in which we know we have our problems, and we seem to, not take stock, not take stock and look back and say, boy, things are improving. But anyway, thanks for watching the video today. I know this video is a little bit long. Yes, I have had a very active morning, but I'm always grateful for the support from you all. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and just continue to watch, continue to show the support. I really appreciate it. All the best. God bless to you all.